Dad and me just bought this Toyota. This is a 1983 with the 4-cylinder 22R, I believe, with the manual transmission, and it is a straight axle 4x4, which makes it really cool. Oh, hey pup. Hey pup. So it's got everything in the engine. The only thing that I'm seeing that it's missing is its doors. Probably because this was made for strictly 4x4 use, so they got rid of the doors. I don't know where they are, but we got these bucket seats with like a harness in them, just to make sure you don't fall out. We got some gauges in here. We got our oil pressure gauge. We got our amp meter. All the stuff that was here, probably, radio and accessories, all that's gone. All the steering column covers are gone. Got our speedometer and tachometer and temp gauge, fuel gauge, all that right there. Steering wheel, shifter, 4x4 stuff. Seats look to be in actually good shape. I mean, they're not tore up. They're a little dusty, but they're not tore up at all. We got some decent looking tires. Not sure how old these are, but they got a decent amount of tread left on them. Coming into the bed, we got our roll cage going down in here. Got a fuel cell, not a fuel tank, got a fuel cell right there. Some storage back here, some straps in case you get stuck, probably. Missing our tailgate. So this thing was really just made for off-roading. This is a very utilitarian truck.
Yeah, boy. There she be.
Let's see. See if there's a date code on this. Can't find a date code on the battery. Sometimes they have a sticker, but this is a 22R 4-cylinder Toyota motor. Got a 2-barrel carb. I mean, it's all complete though. Look at this. It's got the distributor, vacuum advance, plug wires, belt still on it, fan still on it, fan clutch. Let's see. Don't look like we have any antifreeze in it. Let's see if we have any oil. Yeah, it's got oil on the dipstick. Heck, it's got its alternator on it. Is this a power steering pump? I'm guessing. I've never worked on one of these, so you have to forgive me. Got tons and tons of vacuum lines feeding, all the accessories on the truck. But it doesn't look like any of them have been ate by rats. This has been in, this concrete pole barn for at least a decade. And I don't see any rats that have gotten into any of the hoses, any of the plug wires. It looks very, very clean. And I mean, they're still actually pretty pliable. Some of the windshield washer bottle fluid is just old, from the heat out here and the dryness out here just cracks and breaks everything. Yeah, it's empty. What do we got in here? Yeah, it's full. It's got fluid in it. Let's see. It's the slave cylinder for the clutch. Yeah, this is the cylinder for the clutch. Don't look like I got fluid in there. Brake fluid. Use only .3 brake fluid. Yeah. Yeah, looks like it's full of brake fluid, so that's good. So we're probably just gonna pull it home with a chain. So let's get the truck around here. So we've had this sitting here for a week or two. We're gonna push it under the awning so we can get started on this.
Oh, is there a key in this thing? Or...
Yeah, it's in there.
Go. I put some brake fluid in that clutch master cylinder. I was kind of hoping it would eventually bleed itself.
All right, that's good. Let's get this thing. I know it's got a Dodge emblem on the front. We didn't do that, so I don't want to hear it in the comments. So they had a 22R and a 22RE later on. The E was electronically controlled, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see it's been sitting for a while. It has just an even layer of dust over everything. This was actually our neighbor and his son's play toy, basically. They built this and they rode it around, and when he grew up they didn't really use it anymore, and it's been sitting for at least 10 years. We know that. Floors are there. You can see there's a lot of homemade fixes on it. Like right here, you can see there was some stuff done, and it's a real 4x4, so it's all matching stuff. This is not, the drivetrain is not hocked together. All the 4x4 stuff is correct to the truck, and people really dig that. So my dad actually picked this up. We're gonna see if it runs and drives.
We're gonna have to bleed it.
Bleed the clutch.
Yeah, I thought it would start working after it sat for a couple of weeks. I thought it might bleed the bubbles out of it. See any bubbles or movement?
I don't see anything moving at all.
Isn't that nice?
Didn't get so lucky.
No, didn't get lucky. Battery hole down in it, but I'm sure they needed one after the battery flew off a couple of times.
Yeah. Alright, so negative. This battery is fully charged, so.
What happened? I don't know.
Hold on, let's see if this thing's locked up or not. I mean, it's probably not. It sat in a barn. You always want to do your checks and balances, right? Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's locked.
No, well, it's not locked. I just want to make sure, go breaking stuff. All right. I'm going to take this fuel hose off that comes out of the fuel pump. So there's a fuel pump. It's kind of convenient. It's right here up top to get to. This one's probably a, feed line. One's a return line, and one's the one that goes up to the carburetor. It's got three hoses on it. But just in case there's gas in the tank or it's working, I don't want it to go into that carburetor. You know what? I'm just gonna razor blade.
You know how you always run that. It'd be nice if it sparked.
Yeah. The spark plugs are clean as a pin. Not even soot on it. Nothing.
That ain't good.
No spark.
Hold that claw wire right there.
Alright.
Let's just see, because it could be a rotor.
No, nothing.
Nothing?
No.
Alright. So, to pull the cap and make sure the distributor's turning. It's not very often, but I have changed out a couple of the chains in these. They got chains.
Yeah, I heard that these motors are very, very good, and that really the only major maintenance you need to do on them is the timing chain every,
Yeah.
whatever, 100,000 they said. Dang.
Let's just make sure it's turning. Ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's turning?
Yeah, it's turning.
Okay. Because it's obvious they stopped driving it because they pulled the plug on. They pulled.
Power.
Okay.
Turn the key off, see if it...
Alright, so.
Yeah.
Alright, so we are getting power.
So we're verifying that it's not getting spark, and it can be one of a few things. So this black piece right here is the ignition coil, and it's bolted to what looks like a stand, but this is actually the ignition control module right here. So there's wires coming out of there. So it could either be the control module, the coil, which is least likely because these are pretty tough, or it could be the pickup coil in the distributor. I'll bring you around here so you can see. So there's the distributor, and the pickup coil is right here. So we don't know which three it could be. Here is the line coming off of it, right? So here's the line that's going to it to feed it, and then there's a metal line coming out. I'm just seeing if it has, if it's pulling anything. No. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Fuel pump is bad, as well as not getting spark. So we got a few things we need to figure out. So what we're gonna do is take this fuel pump off because it's not doing anything, and we'll just go get another one. Jeez Louise. What is this, like a big old... Yeah, okay, well we're definitely gonna have to keep this plastic piece. Looks like a spacer that we're gonna need. Where am I hearing that noise come from? I'm hearing this noise as if it's pumping. Oh. I was holding my finger over this line that goes to the carburetor, but if you hold your finger over it, that's acting as if the floats are up top and it won't let any more fuel in the carburetor, so it'll pump the fuel back to the tank until it needs more fuel. So that's why I was hearing it. So maybe this thing is working after all, even though I didn't feel any suction or whatever on the truck, but now we've destroyed the gaskets. So what I'm gonna do now is, this radiator hose is directly in sort of your line of sight, but this fuel feed hose that comes from the tank, I'm going to take off the end of this fuel pump because this line is too short. I'm going to put a fuel line I have on it, run it down to a tank. This, shove it down through there. Might need to prime it or something. Let's try and lift this gas tank up out of in the air so we're higher up, and then we'll just try and prime it and see if we get any luck. Okay. There it comes. Ah, there it is. See it? All right, it's working. It just needed some convincing. And see, if I hold it, it should squirt out the bottom. Yeah, see the return line? See it dripping out the... Boom. All right, we should stop squirting gas everywhere. We're gonna create a dangerous... We're gonna create an OSHA violation around here. See? Look at that. Press that button. What we're doing now is we're taking the coil off of the ignition module, and we're going to try and bypass the module, or make our own, so to speak. You know, because an ignition module for this thing is like $400 in town and $283 online, which is still unnecessarily expensive. So we have a GM HEI ignition control module here that goes on top of this distributor, and we're going to see if we can wire up our own ignition module.
It's internal.
It's internal.
I love a GM module. GM module.
I think it's 5/16.
So that's the module?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so let me explain what we're doing here by trying to bypass this ignition control module before buying one or wiring one in permanently, because it's just expensive. So we're trying to test ourselves here. So this is the hypothetical GM ignition control module, which is right here, right? And you can see on this ignition control module it says WGBC. So that's like white, green, black, I don't know, C meaning whatever color wire, and then come on. Then here's the ignition control module on the paper, WGBC. So it's telling us how to wire it up, right? White and green go to the distributor, B and C goes to the positive and negative on the coil. So we're bypassing that by wiring this one in, and we're going to see if it gives us spark.
Ready?
Yeah. Nothing.
Okay, switch those two wires around.
Which ones?
These two.
Alright. Nope. So here's where we're at with the Toyota. We've been messing around with the electronics all day long, trying to figure out what's going on. So this is the ignition control module that was in the truck, and we took it out and bypassed it with the ignition control module out of a GM HEI. So we had this ignition control module out, and we wired it up with the coil and everything. It still didn't spark. We're not really sure why. It should have, but we literally can't get this thing to spark. The coil is reading good ohms. The pickup coil in the distributor is reading about 150 ohms, which from what I read online is about correct. The only other option is the ignition control module. And like I was saying earlier, from a local parts store, it's like $388, not $3.88, almost $400. From Rock Auto, it's still $280 something. I found one on Amazon for 30 bucks plus shipping. $40-some shipped to my door. I don't know what kind of quality that is. I'm not even sure if that's a joke or what, but we ordered it and we're gonna wait in the mail for it because I don't know what else it could be, you know what I mean? I got no idea what else it could possibly be. So we'll wait for that to come in and then we'll check again. So our module / igniter came in the mail, and it looks exactly verbatim like the old one. I mean, it almost looks like this is a rebuilt one. I don't know if people rebuild these or what, but I mean, it looks exactly, even down to the connectors even, just like what we took off. So we're putting the coil on top, we're gonna put it on, and we'll see if it works. I mean, if it doesn't, we have yet a different problem to chase down, but hoping this solves our problem here.
Uh-oh.
I might have it upside down. There we go.
First bat right.
Yeah.
Plug in.
So this.
Was this above that? Was this, would that go on top of this?
No, this is that's how it was.
That's how it was?
And I don't know if we showed it or not, but we did gap the points, not the points, but the
Air gap on
That-
the electronic ignition.
Yeah.
On the pickup coil.
yeah, we gapped the air gap on the pickup coil, yeah. So this rubber band comes off, and this plugs into the pickup coil that comes out of the distributor. Right here. Look at that. All right. And then what are we looking at? What am I looking at here?
Well, there was over here. What's the?
That ain't it.
There was a plug-in identical to that, I thought.
All right, so they maybe don't plug in. Hold on. Yeah, the plugins aren't the same.
Well, that's not good. We can switch them, I guess. I don't know. Are the same colored wires? Go ahead. Go ahead. Try it. Try it. All right. Try it. Go ahead.
Oh,
Didn't even work right out of the box. I'm guessing this doesn't have to be plugged in. I'm guessing this is for the tack. Let's just verify it. You have a test light? Let's just make sure we got power here. Yeah, I mean, I would think at least you should see something.
we've been messing with this igniter for a while now, and we're pretty sure we have it figured out. So the problem arose. This plug-in for the pickup coil is the same on the old one and the new one, but these two plug-ins that plug into the rest of the truck were not the same. So this is your key-on power plug. We had to make our own spade connector to go into here for our key-on power, and then we had to make our own ground on the other spade, ground it ourselves. And then this, we believe, is for the tachometer. We had to make our own spade because these won't plug in. And now, go ahead and crank it.
Oh. You ready?
Yep. Okay. Now we have spark. So you can modify those $30 boxes on Amazon to work, even though the connectors aren't the exact same, rather than spending, it was $400. It was $388. So after taxes, it'd be $400 at AutoZone or O'Reilly. And even on Rock Auto, it was still $288. So after taxes, shipping, handling, that's still $300. I can't believe that $40 shipped to my door. I can't believe that worked. I'll leave a link to that box on Amazon. I got it on Amazon. I'll leave it in the description of this video so you guys can get that if you're working on these. And you know, otherwise what people do is they switch the whole ignition system around to like a GM or whatever, and you got to do all kinds of modifying to get that to work. So if you don't want to do any major modifications and bolt everything up factory, it'll work.
And I'm just going to open it up, see if it'll bleed.
So earlier I was telling you guys how there's 3 outlets on this. One's a return line, and I bought these on Amazon. These are little, they're vacuum caps or rubber caps and stuff, because I'm always having to cap off vacuum lines and whatnot, so I'm sick of putting tape over them. But I think these will work good for capping off this return line, actually. It's too big. Let's try. See, there's the cap. Looks good. Hopefully it works.
So
Should be good.
You're good?
Should be good to go.
Crank it?
Yeah, crank it. Might take a sec to pump it, but. Hold on. Huh. Let me, all right, here. Let's go ahead and try it again. Stop.
Shut it off.
Yeah, I was squirting a bunch of fuel out all over the place.
Where at?
I don't know, all over the fuel pump.
Maybe the hose is rotten. Yeah, look at it. It's squirting out of. Oops. It's really coming out.
Try it again.
Is it leaking?
The line's not leaking anymore, but the carburetor is up top.
Ain't that cute?
Try it. Yeah, try it. That runs really good. Yeah. Let it idle. Let it idle. Yeah. It's like if you let it idle, it floods over.
Maybe you need to bang on that carburetor some more.
Well, I did. I was.
Yeah.
Hmm? Probably flooded. Are you just gonna do it some more?
It'll burn through it.
It'll.
Gurgle pants.
Yeah, I can just hear it just gurgling down there, almost like it's pouring it in.
Ain't that cute?
I wonder if capping off that return wasn't a good idea. Like if it just, just has a lot of pressure and it's just pushing past the needle. I don't know.
Well, man, run a hose from that return back up to the bottle. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is the clutch working?
Yeah, I see it. It's working. Heck yeah.
It's moving it?
Yep.
All right, we've had to push this a million times because we were just getting free balling and nothing was happening. So we pushed it enough times to where it's bled itself. We were just testing to see if we got clutch. We got clutch now, so it runs, and we got clutch action. So we're getting closer and closer. Rev it up. Look good. No, it's not flooding over now. see if it's charging. Yeah. Hold on. Well, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I didn't take much water. Alright, we got some water. Let's see if it's... where's my voltmeter at? Yeah, it's good. It's charging. All right. Yeah.
Toyota sure makes a good vehicle.
Yeah, Toyota makes a good vehicle. You can't deny it. You know, I mean, they're not bad. There we go. See it working? There you go. Doing its thing. Yeah, put it in gear. Yeah, I saw something move. Oh yeah.
This four-wheel drive.
Put it in gear. There you go.
That's four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive light works.
The four-wheel drive light works?
Yeah, look.
Ah. We must be running out of gas. Yeah, we must have ran out of gas.
Really? Oh, okay. It didn't start flooding over, did it?
No, dude, carburetor's dry as a bone. I think we fixed that. Nice. It's a good little truck.
Not bad.
Oil light works too. I saw the oil light go on.
Headlights don't work, do they?
I don't know. Try them. No. No. Wonder how long that thing is. Okay.
Sure does stink.
Yeah, most of the time gas tanks don't have drain plugs, so that's really convenient. I like that. It's a lot faster than siphoning it.
Well, at least you get more out of it, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna go right down to the bottom.
You don't want to run that varnish crap through there.
Look at that, it's gonna fill up my bucket. Oh my gosh. Here, you wanna try this?
They have to.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't tell. Is it?
Yeah, it's going in. Hey, whoa, buddy.
Is it still going pretty fast?
Yeah, it's going in though.
Try to keep it out of my face.
Yeah, it's slowing down. There's probably not much left in it. Honestly, we probably could have just kept it going in there. But it's still going.
Did it stop?
No. We'll just let it drain while we go get some gas. At least there's a cap on it. Go set it in the neighbor's yard.
Well, we're gonna set it way out here.
Stuff stinks. Yeah, this fresh gas. Even though there's some bad gas in the bottom, all this fresh gas will sort of ex-nay it, even if we get a little bad gas in the tank still. The little metal thing in here has come apart. It'll still filter though, I guess. So we got this, and then that length seems about right. Just go ahead and cut it. Put our hose clamp on it. Yeah. Cut it.
Spray it with a little bit of WD.
No.
Where'd that line go that was right here? Wasn't there a return line, a short one, laying somewhere? Yeah, but it had one on the truck, right? I like them see-through filters, you know?
They're really convenient.
I'm telling you, you can just glance down, see how much dirt, you know,
Yeah.
wound up.
Oh, I'm starting to see some. There we go. Yeah, it's running on its own now. All right. It keeps trying to flood over. It has little spurts of trying to act up. Well, it was trying to, and then you know. Yeah, it's flooding over. Well, we thought we had it fixed for a minute, but it started flooding over again, and it won't quit flooding over, so we're going to take the carburetor off and pop the top off of it. And you know, it ran good when it was running, so we think there's probably just some piece of crud holding the needle and seat open. It can't close all the way, or probably a piece of grime in there. Is that an old one?
I guess it's
Hard?
yeah, it's kind of, well, it cracked and broke.
I got some more 1/4-inch fuel line we can use.
That's 5/16.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 5/16.
I got some of that too. I just noticed this. They have some piece of baling wire wired somewhere to hold the accelerator spring on.
Still smell like gas.
Yeah, that old gas has a strong smell. Even when you put new gas in, you can still smell it. Hold on, it's like a cable.
Oh, I see. Yeah, there's got to
And
be
then this, we can get this off of there. You get it? Cool. Go put it over on our bench.
Save that gasket.
What's going on over there?
Something's stopping me.
Neoprene.
I'm hoping we find dirt.
There's some crud down in there.
Very much. Well, not much.
I mean, it's not terrible, but there's some down in there.
Not much.
So here's where the fuel comes in at, and when you turn this over, this was on top, and it had this little filter in it. You can see this filter's pretty cruddy, and if you look down in there, there's a lot of crud in there, so we're going to clean that out. This is where the seat goes, the needle and seat, and it looks pretty clean. So this is pretty nasty though. Maybe that's our problem. Then I got some brake clean in here soaking, and sprayed brake clean through some of these orifices, you know. So you can see it coming down the bottom. You just want to make sure these passages aren't plugged up. So we just got that filter put back in and this nut put back on. Has a little gasket on it that...
There is no gasket on this.
Oh, there's none?
No, it's like it's a really cool wheel. I'd call it compression fitting.
It like self-seals as it...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes they have like these big thin red gaskets around them, but I guess this one doesn't.
You're looking at that needle to make sure that there's nothing impregnated, you know, like stuck on it. I don't see nothing.
You want it to be perfectly conical.
Yeah, that word.
Perfectly conical. Does there feel like there's fluid in it?
No. You can't tell anyway until you destroy it.
Yeah, until you like tear it up.
Yeah, you take your thumb and you push it on this. Like if it's sitting here, like when they go bad, when these neoprene ones go bad, the only way to find out if they're bad is to destroy them. You take it and you press on it, and you'll see gas come out.
Right, like you're squeezing a sponge.
Yeah, I mean, it'll look just like this, but you'll push it with your finger, and gas will come out.
Well, cool. We'll put this back together, put the top back on, and we'll see if that fixed our issue here. I went through a hose buying spree because I was sick of going to the store every time I wanted 3 inches of hose. So I bought a bunch. Every time I've needed a hose, I just buy a roll off Amazon. 25-foot roll of fuel hose, 25-foot roll of 3 different sizes of heater hose. I should never have to go to the store again.
I haven't got that nut started yet. Matter of fact, go ahead and start that nut before you put that on there. It's easier to get to. And then been a little booger in it.
We had it on there cross-eyed. Yeah.
You making fun of me?
All right. She just need a little pick-me-up. We're looking for it flooding right here. Let it idle. Let it idle because it was flooding when it was idling. Yeah, it's flooding. What? Yeah, it's flooding. Gosh, dang it. So we took the top of the carburetor off. We didn't take the whole thing off this time. Took the float out, put the neoprene float in gas. It didn't sink, so it's not full of gas in there. It's obviously working. So we adjusted the float a little bit, and we blew through it. The needle is seating against the seat because we can blow through it and it won't blow through. So I don't know, it could be an adjustment issue. So we're about to find out again. Running a lot better. it's not sputtering out and flooding over like it was. Because right before it would flood over, it would start to gurgle, you know, the motor sounding a lot lighter and healthier. Well, right now, I don't know, it could change in 3 seconds. Yeah, it's sounding really good. It's not flooding over right now.
Not yet.
Not yet, yeah. I don't know, that kind of sounds like we fixed it. Yeah, that sounds a lot better.
I mean, it started flooding over before this, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, way faster.
Tank's trying to work. But it's trying to move. It may start moving. Who knows? Toyota, man, they make a good vehicle.
What is it, just a Phillips?
Yeah.
So we verified that we're getting power to the headlights, but the headlights aren't coming on. They're just burnt out, so we're gonna put some new ones in it and go to town. Did you take... How'd you get those? Oh.
No, take this off first. Then you get to the 4 screws.
Right, yeah.
Be sure you lay them out. It looks like they got all size different screws.
So these clips you don't want back on there?
No, I don't have the screen thing that goes on.
Yeah, the trash just came right off it. All right, go ahead. All right.
Dim.
Bright?
Right.
Yeah, it works. Go ahead and try it again. Dim? Bright?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they work.
They're off just a hair. Need
Yeah.
to be adjusted down just a hair.
Yeah, you can see ones, they're all wonky, but they work. So we got it running, driving, stopping, headlight works. It actually runs pretty good. 4-wheel drive works. It's a pretty cool little truck. It's a fun 4x4 off-road machine. We got a clean title for it. I think my dad does want to sell it because we don't really have a use for it. We don't go off-roading that much. He's looking to get $3,500 for it. If anyone's interested in it, you can go ahead and email me. I'll put my email right here. It's also in the description. So yeah, feel free, if you are interested in it, let me know. And if you'll notice, I actually have lights in the shop now. That'll be in another video, putting lights in. We're gonna put tires on the tractor, scrap some steel, but yeah, it's nice to finally have lights in here. I've needed that. I put this building up like a year ago, finally got lights, but at any rate, me and Dad really appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys liking the video, subscribing, commenting, always leaving feedback. We're always responding in the comments and looking at those, and we're really grateful for each and every one of you. We just passed like 130 some thousand subscribers, so that's really cool. Maybe in 2024 it could be a goal. We might hit 200. That'd be pretty neat. We got the 100,000 subscriber play button this year, and we plan to keep going throughout 2024. I mean, we're running full steam ahead as fast as we can.
And if I don't get a chance to talk to you guys have a good Merry Christmas. I know there's a lot of you guys out there that are working hard. Take time off. Spend it with your family. You'll never regret a minute of it. Get out there in the garage and work too. With your kids. Have a Merry Christmas.